Kia ora everybody, what's up? It is Robett, and today's question is, should you set aside budget for your own personal brand? It's a really good question. It's a good question because if you're trying to build a personal brand for business purposes, you might have to get a logo done. You might need to get specific design work in terms of either brand guidelines or how you're going to work with what different types of collateral. You may have different intro snippets you may need. So yes, if you're wanting to build a proper personal brand with design components and professional content, say if you want photos and stuff properly done, if you want videos, all that stuff, yes, these things of creation take time. If you can do them yourself, that's absolutely awesome and epic, but the reality is you will probably be paying for something at some point. What that is dependent on either what skill set or environment. I'm extremely fortunate. I come from, I guess, more the media content world already, so it's very easy to be able to create these types of things, but if you're out of the mix, it can cost. Now, it depends on what levels. The majority of the time, if I said, 99% of the stuff I've done has been on my phone for free with a smartphone, and it's gone really, really well, and then I'll do some other polished pieces. So at a start point, unless you get into some gnarly levels, I don't think you need a crazy team behind you. Like if you do want to do a logo or a website, there's Wix.com does free websites, Squarespace does free websites, WordPress got a bunch of themes. You could go to like themeforest.net, I believe it is, and you can get a whole bunch of different types of themes and branding. So your web design of a basic website like that can be really, really cheap. The design component, you could go to Fiverr.com, Fiverr, I think, or Fiverr, you can Google it, and get design and some simple logos done up. The base framework to do that won't cost, for a couple $100, you could get that all stuff set up. But if it's an ongoing person that you needs to be creating content for you, that's when you start to get a bit more aggressive, that's when you start to get a bit more expensive, and that's when you start to really go hard. So how much should you set aside? I think for under $1,000, you could get everything done pretty dialed and good. I think you could get a basic copy paste sort of website template, get a couple of photos done, do a quick little video and a piece to camera just like this with a smartphone, whatever it is, maybe even get a logo. There's no reason you can't do all of that for under $1,000, and then you can what I would say is when you start to spend that money, try and keep consistency. If you get a brand or a logo across all the different platforms, like try and have the same kind of profile photo and branding and background on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, whatever it is, just to create some brand consistency. So you've got the creation component and then the consistency component. Just one of the other things to think about. That's my 2 cents on that. If you've got another question to ask me about absolutely anything, feel free to do so. Hit the link below and it comes up through here, and I'm more than happy to add value if I can. Have a good day too. Peace.